Yeah. Los Angeles Boulevard, the video out now. Telepathy, the EP out now. Follow me on Instagram at Talesheezy, Talesheezy, Talesheezy. And everywhere, Twitter, Facebook.
It's easy, I ain't gonna lean it, bumping no limit, yeah. In the hatchback, more than 60. I'm right shotgun with a thick piss. She call me by my first name. 3 bad bads in the back.
What I would like to find out, man. What story were you trying to talk about? What inspired you to write such a song, such a record?
Okay, like this is, by the way, 2017, December. And we're just in the studio, chilling and vibing. So Chase made this beat. And we all had things on our chests, I guess. So the first the guy on the first verse, it's my homeboy Seems. I think he's just trying to paint a picture about where he's coming from. He was coming from at the time, where like people, he was facing so much self doubt and just doubt from other people. And this one girl that believed in him, like he disappointed her, something like that. So he's just dreaming all the time, like he gets to accomplish what she thinks he should accomplish. And so, Amanda comes in with the chorus and just creates some nuance and just, kind of like sums it up like with the chorus. And then from I'm on the second verse. Like my perspective is just so many things that I dream about, mostly like close family, finding peace and things like that, and slavery, the slave trade ending in Libya and things like that. And me just finally making it as an artist. So it comes from, it's the perspective is broad, I guess, on this song. Yeah.
Your stage name. This is something that we were talking about with your manager, man. There's an emphasis on how we have to write your name. I have to say it right now,
in
live
full.
on. Yeah. Maybe let's talk about your stage name. How did you come up with it, and what inspired you?
Talesheezy.
Yeah.
Well, man, like my middle name is Mutale, and I mean I've always been called that my whole life. I've always been Tale, you know what I mean? But when I created the name in 2009, I was young and I was just trying to figure out something that would stand the test of time and that would mean something. And so like TALE is a story, a tale, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a storyteller, so it's just the story, the real story. So Sheezy is like for Sheezy, for sure, for real. So it's like real stories, the story of Tally, the real story. So that's pretty much what my name means.
Let's talk about this year, highlights on how it has been on your side.
Man, it's been a lot of work. Actually, come to think of it, this year started on a high note. I dropped my first single of the year in March, and it did so well. And I jumped on Tilo's album. I did the intro to Tilo's album.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a highlight, man. And we played a show in Dollar. That was my first time in Dollar, so it's been crazy. And I signed a deal with an independent record label, Unbelievably Spectacular, which is a Canadian record label. And yeah, just dropped my EP, and I just dropped 2 singles like last month.
How is it working with your current label that you've got yourself signed?
Yeah.
Did you not receive any maybe feedback from some of the local record labels approaching you, wanting to sign you?
Nah, like it would be unrealistic of me to think that like I'll be top of their list, like list of people they want to sign. Like when you talk about locally, I don't think my music is really like mainstream when it comes to like Zambia. The Zambian market is pretty niche, I would say. So I don't think they're really interested in like artists like myself. So I found a record label that we can agree on. I can agree with creatively, and yeah, we can push the music together. So that's how it's going.
Okay,
yeah.
Interesting, man. but would you rather have a big song or rather continue doing what you're doing right now? Because like I said, I pay too much attention to Dreams in 69.
Yeah.
There's a story behind, and I have to pay closely listening to it so that I get everything what the song is talking about at the end of the day right there. This is a story that you are putting in the song.
Yeah.
And this is a story that I can feel like, okay, unless someone pays attention, that's when they can understand the song. Where are you taking us now? It's like you're bringing us back to 1990, 80s, somewhere.
It's
Such
beautiful,
sound.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nostalgia is beautiful. I think because personally, I've always been that kind of guy. Like, I'm so inspired by the 90s, 80s music. That's what I grew up listening to, like in the house, from my parents. And I just tried to fuse it with something new, like a new vibe, maybe new visuals or whatever. And so, like, what I'm trying to do is just, it gets saturated. Not to try to knock like mainstream music right now. People just want to dance and feel good. But then there's sometimes that you just want to sit down at 3 in the morning where you're like the most honest with yourself. You want to listen to something that will, transcend your mind and transcend your mind into a different trance, Yeah.
People are accepting your music maybe bit by bit, streams.
Yeah, it's gradual. Yeah, of course, I grow like every day actually, and with music like this, like it takes time, but that's the beauty of it. It's a journey, and I'm enjoying it so far. Because when somebody gets hooked to the music, they get hooked for real. Because it's like real. You gotta love it.
Is there a point that you feel like you're not doing what you like enough? Sometimes you feel like you should just give up. Well, at the end of the day, we're all human. There's comes a time that we feel like things are not working out. Is there a time that you feel like that?
Yeah, I feel like everybody that's like in the creative industry, including people like yourself.
Yeah.
Like, there's sometimes you feel like you're not doing enough. Like, there's so many people around you doing so much and like excelling. So you feel like you will always feel like you can do better. And I feel like that's how I feel all the time. I always push myself and challenge myself all the time. But thinking about quitting now is not really a thing that crosses my mind because I believe in this and it's going to be great someday. Yeah.
Okay, still having a chat with our guest right here, Chisenga.
Yes, sir.
Right here on the Joyful Lunch on Joy FM on the 13th of December 2021. Bringing on the table something very different, I should make mention. You brought us Visashi. So different meal. So this show is called the Joyful Lunch.
Oh, yeah.
So we're talking about you cooking us different meal for today.
A meal,
because this meal is my first time tasting it in our current 21st century. I know I've heard of such sound.
Yeah.
But talking about this 2021.
Currently, yeah.
yeah. But let's talk about, are you trying also to maybe collaborate with other artists, maybe engaging them? Have you tried to reach out?
Yeah, man. I am trying to actually collaborate more. In the past years, I think I've collaborated with like friends only, but I've worked with some notable names, I guess, like Bachi and like Natasha Chansa, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to collaborate more with like, people from around Africa and across the globe, I guess, even just here in Zambia. What's crazy is that Chisenga, like formerly known Christ, hit me up today. He was like, I think he heard like my EP, one of the songs on the EP, and like, he was like he would like to jump on it. So I don't know how that goes. Actually, that's exclusive right there.
Yeah. Breaking news.
So I don't know how it's gonna go. Yeah,
breaking news.
Yeah, that's the Godfather.
Yeah. Diamond Chen CEO.
Yes, sir.
Now calls himself Chisenga. He's not in Zambia. Should be in Australia. I remember I had a conversation with him right here via phone call. He was talking about how he has been pushing and working. And one thing I love about him is that he sports artists.
For sure.
It doesn't matter whether he is in another country, he'll also sport. And for him to sport you, I know he has something that you guys have to do. But were you expecting that? Like from someone who's been in the industry for a while now, he's a renowned, like you said, a godfather, just to sport your music.
Yeah, I mean, Chisenga is like literally one of the greatest to ever do it. Like personally, I was 10 years old in the crib, watching TV, like local TV, and looking at those videos, and I'm like, whoa, this is Zambian, so I could actually do this, and yeah, it wasn't expected because I was literally just giving props, Yesterday I found a song of his which is Electric Boogie on like one of the Spotify playlists. So I was like, whoa, this just took me back. It took me down a trip. It took me on a trip down memory lane, and I reshared it and tagged him, and he was like, yo, he listened to some of my stuff, and like, yo, I think I would like to jump in this.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go play this song. Also, we're gonna find out what we should expect 2022, and also for getting someone's giving us a freestyle.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything working out. Trying to put the pieces together, you know? Yeah. Look.
Lately I've been thinking, who the hell am I? Oh, the slicker I've been drinking like I'm waiting to die. Everybody playing witness, all they do is testify. Calling me a criminal, say my talisman.
Little nigga, fuck that. I'm a G, that's easy. I ain't gonna lean it, bumpin' don't lean it. Yeah, in the hatchback, more than 60. I'm right shotgun with a thick piss. She call me by my first name. 3 bad bads in the back, call me pretty. Ooh.